you've driven through Versailles, you've definitely seen some of Steve Sawyer's work. The Kentucky native has spent a lot of time on his scaffold, making the city beautiful.
Well, the first mural I did in 1992. It's called Versailles 1792. It was their bicentennial.
Steve Sawyer learned at an early age he had a gift.
So they came to me in kindergarten to tell them who was better. So apparently my stick figures, unbeknownst to me, were a little bit better than theirs.
It was a gift that quickly grew into a passion.
I did art all my life, volunteered to do art for every school I've ever been in, did a lot of beautiful art for University of Kentucky.
Sawyer estimates he's completed well over 100 murals in Versailles.
Got 3 murals right at the corner of Maine and Lexington for the Jockey Silks, the winery, and Woodford Reserve. I'm equally proud of all of them. They're completely different. Recently I got to redo the Coca-Cola mural downtown Versailles.
His artwork isn't limited to Versailles. It's gone worldwide, being featured in over 400 newspapers, including the New York Times. His line, Art for God, is something he's especially proud of.
Several paintings are really, really world famous and have been used by folks in prison ministry, jails, drug rehab. A lot of my paintings have been used by ministries.
The idea for his most famous painting was inspired by drug addicts.
To let those folks know that God never did leave them or forsake them, and that God went through everything that they were going through and still does.
Every piece tells a story and aims to make a difference.
It's nice to create beauty, and so that's a small thing I get to do.
Leaving his mark, his handprint on every piece.
To make a contribution, especially if you love your town, and I do love Versailles, the opportunity to make a contribution, it's so important for people to do. I'm just fortunate that I have something that allows me to do that in a way that the public gets to enjoy it.
Steve's next mural is one he says is really important to him. He'll be doing a war memorial mural for the American Legion.